391x in this bull market for the nemesis of chainlink, overhyped or a new chapter in the history of crypto oracles. This is PYTH. PYTH is a newly released token, so now is the time to pay attention as it bears real potential. These are moments where we could catch one of those new coins that will fly high in the hot phases of the bull market. And better than to play catch up is to have a bag ready to be pumped. So therefore make sure to stay till the end and let's analyze where could we see the price of PYTH in the future, why it's already the darling of centralized exchanges, but also why there still might be some concerns. All of this in this new episode of Phil Prince, your one and only stop for crypto, finance and trading. Before we get to price predictions, comparisons and analysis, let's have a look at what PYTH is all about. I just want to present you the most important facts so you know what PYTH is trying to accomplish here, and don't read out aloud the whole website. You can do it for yourself if you want and need deeper information about the project. So first things first, PYTH is an oracle. So its aim is to bring external data in real time onto the blockchain from different sources. As the original data is not originating from a blockchain, it needs to be checked. And if you have multiple sources, you can check the incoming data against each other and quickly find out which data might be faulty. PYTH already works with more than 45 blockchains, originating in 2021 from the Solana blockchain only. It has to be noted that PYTH runs simultaneously on both Solana mainnet and PythNet, where PythNet is their own blockchain originating from Solana codebase as well. The reason they use Solana in the first place is it's blazingly fast. It uses a 400 millisecond slot time and allows PYTH to update their price feeds even faster than the competition. More specifically, as PYTH refreshes its data feeds at 300 to 400 millisecond intervals, Chainlink's refresh rate by contrast can range from minutes to hours, which obviously is a big difference. Alright, so now let's have a look at the governance token of PYTH, which has been released end of November 2023, whereas the project itself started out in 2021, which is the first very positive sign. This basically means that the developers put everything into place and worked on it hard for 2 years before putting something out on the markets for investors to buy to just pump their bags based on nothing but thin air. Talking about developers, let's have a look at the official GitHub page of PYTH Network. And here, this is the official repository for their blockchain, and there we can see under the activity tab that the developers are working day and night to make it all happen. The newest updates on all of the branches are 3 hours ago, 4 hours, 6 hours ago. So you can see they are working every day. Also yesterday, multiple updates, and days before that. This is a very positive sign as well, as this means they were not just active for the last 2 years, but also to date, which also indicates future active development. Positive sign number 3 for PYTH token is it's already available on most centralized exchanges, which is, in my opinion, a pretty positive sign, especially Kraken. In my experience, if a cryptocurrency is released on Kraken, there is something to it, as Kraken is pretty picky. They just don't approve every coin. And if I might show it to you, compared to most of the other centralized exchanges, Kraken has much less coins to offer. Currently, they have 231 coins compared to Binance, for example, which has 369 coins, or as well Bybit, which has 397 coins, or OKEx, which has 316 coins. So as you can see, Kraken is kind of an outlier here. One more thing to mention before we get into some of the concerns is that PYTH token is a governance token for their own DAO. So you can stake them to gain voting rights, but there's no APY, so you won't get any more tokens out of it. So my first concern for this project, PYTH Network, is the fully diluted market cap. If we have a look at it, it's just around $3.7 billion. And the thing is, compared to Chainlink, which of course is the biggest oracle on the market, this sits for the fully diluted market cap at around $14 billion. So we have to put this into perspective, as Chainlink is on the market since end of 2017 and PYTH is just new, but already has a diluted market cap which is around 25% of Chainlink's, which would mean that already PYTH is a very hyped coin, which is probably due to Solana. As I stated in the beginning, PYTH is very, very tied to Solana, and Solana had a big run up in the last months, so this is very likely to have affected PYTH, similarly to many of the meme coins like Bonk, which you can see here on the right side, and should be taken into perspective. So concern number 3 is about the team. And the thing is, I can't really find any team, which can't be, as we have seen that on GitHub there is big activity. So the only thing that can be directly found is the team of the PYTH Data Association, which is not directly PYTH Network, and this consists just of 6 contributors, but without any CEO, without any directing board. But as I dived in deeper, it seems Michael Cahill is the CEO and key executive of PYTH, and a look at his LinkedIn profile reveals that he's the CEO of Duro Labs as well as the PYTH Data Association. And the question now becomes, what is Duro Labs? And it seems it's building Oracle tooling products and Web3 infrastructure that will expand the PYTH network suite of decentralized data services and so on, which sounds promising, but there is no website, which I hope is just a temporary issue. If you know more about this, please let me know in the comments down below, or if you know more about the team in general. This has to be taken with a grain of salt, as I told you that Kraken and most other centralized exchanges approved this coin, and they wouldn't do this without the team backing PYTH. Also, if we're having a look at their official Twitter page, we have a very big following of 162,000 followers, and also an active community, as you can see right here. Now, my last point is the token distribution as part of the tokenomics, which are kind of a mixed bag. As pretty usual, there's a vesting schedule, and 85% of the PYTH tokens are initially locked and will be unlocked 6, 18, 30, and 42 months after the initial token launch. This is clearly shown in this graph right here. There you can see that these big stairs mean that at this points in time there will be big unlocks, and this means that very early investors of the private sales, for example, can then sell their coins to the market and cause big selling pressure. This basically means 2 things. First, the selling pressure has to be met with new incoming demand from investors, because without this would mean that price would just be dumping into every event further and further and further. With new demand coming in, this is not a problem at all, because this would be bought up and price can travel further. The second point is that these kind of events are extremely good for central exchanges. So every time we have one of these events, many of retail investors will short this event, and central exchanges can then squeeze price up and liquidate all these shorts, and from these fees they make a ton of money. So in the future, please be careful to just short this out of the blue without any further analysis. So finally, let's get to the price prediction. What can we expect price wise from PYTH in the future? As you can see, there is not much price data as of now, as this token started out on end of November 2023. But in the last 2 weeks, we already had a nice rally of around 86%, which is quite decent compared to other coins. If we would analyze the short-term potential of PYTH, we could use something like the FIB extensions. Just draw it up from here to here. And this would give us a first target of around $0.54 and a second target of $0.69, which is here. This also coincides with the previous all-time high area and could be reached in the next few weeks if Bitcoin behaves and doesn't dump further. The most interesting part, of course, is the long-term potential, and for this we have to look at the competitors, as there is no way to know how much this could pump in the next 1 or 2 years, just based on this early price chart. The first competitor, as already mentioned, and also the most prominent Oracle coin in the space, is Link. And if we take a look at what Link did percentage-wise from the very beginning to its top, we look at 36,150%, which is around 362-ish X. But let's look at another 2 Oracle coins. This is Band Protocol, and it did from bottom to top around 105, 106x, and also Telor or TRB, which did around 143x, and which is extremely exciting just in this recent rally starting from end of August 2023 until recently, just in this time, it did 64x. So you can see Oracle coins in general are extremely hyped up and did very, very good in the past and also in the very recent past. And if this is any indication for PYTH, which is just getting started, we could potentially look at very nice gains, but over time we can sharpen our analysis based on the new price discovery PYTH will do, and then it will get more clear. At least for now, we know that PYTH is really, really hyped up and central exchanges really, really like it. But as it's so early, we can't know if we get the 100 or 360x. So the best thing is to dollar cost average, just get a small bag as of now, and then as things develop, consider to stock up, which is of course not financial advice. If you stayed to the very end of my video, please make sure to subscribe down below, hit the bell icon and give me a like so you don't miss any of my next videos. Furthermore, if you want to know how likely it is for us to get an alt season in the next few weeks, then please make also sure to watch this video where I also explain how Bitcoin dominance affects altcoins. This was Will Prince, and until then, crush the markets. Bye.